Yeah, hi, good evening. Uh, so let's start today's stream. Not stream, my video. In my head, it's a stream. Anyway, Assalamu alaikum. Before I start today's session, I had to do yesterday's recap. Might not be able to do. I started too late. In my defense, I was discussing with something with DeepSeek that made a lot of sense to me, and I really wanted to share it with you as well. So one thing that was really eating me was, the question that I asked here that suppose there is an institutional buyer who wants to accumulate a lot of stocks, maybe a million stocks, let's just say for example. If he places a million stocks in the exchange, people are gonna see his stocks and they're gonna start buying because they expect the price to go up. So what he does is that there's something called iceberg model. He places only 100 shares, then it gets filled, then he puts an order of 100 shares, 100 shares. So he is trying to accumulate the stock slowly, 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 0.1%, 0.1%, 0.1% throughout the day or throughout the week, something like that. When somebody is trying to do that, according to him, he's trying to accumulate stocks. He has no reason to force the price of 106. It is better for him if he gets the price of 104. It's better for him if he gets the price of 103, 102, 101. The lower the stock goes, the better it is for him. So he has no reason to support the 106 price. I was like, why do supports exist? Like, you know, why is he forcing the 106 price? The only reason why he would force a 106 price is when he suspects that if he does not get the 106 price, he might have to buy it higher later. You know, that is the only thing I can come up with. So, what does that tell you? What does that tell, or what does that tell me? That tells me that supports don't exist because the buyers try to force the 106 price, because the buyers try to unanimously agree that, 106 is the best price and we should enter that. Maybe it's the exhaustion of sellers, and then Deep Sea tried explaining, but I wasn't too convinced. Then I was thinking on my own, and I think that it's exhaustion of sellers. Hold any meaning that means, yeah. I feel that at the price, for example, if support is 106, resistance 110, at 106, the sellers have decided that maybe I don't want to sell below 106. Maybe I'm getting a bad price below 106. Maybe I will, give liquidity to the institutional buyers and the price might end up reversing against me. Maybe I'll end up taking a loss if I go below 106. Maybe I can get a better price than this. 106 is the price where the seller starts questioning his, you know, his judgment. Where he starts questioning, should he attempt for a better price, or he starts feeling, or he loses desperation. So sellers lose desperation near the support, and buyers lose desperation near the resistance. If the support is at 106, a buyer is not going to be desperate to enter the trade at 110, or he's not going to be desperate to buy the stock at 110. Does that make sense? So, it's the absence or exhaustion of sellers that supports any price, in my opinion. It's not the abundance of buyers. Like I told, the buyers might be abundant, but if the price is falling, the buyer is abundant. He's just gonna keep buying slowly, slowly at a lower price. It did not drive the price high, even though there were buyers that day, unless the sellers were exhausted. I think, and I'm gonna be try. I mean, I'll try and use this logic today and see how it goes for me. Is that I'm going to be focusing on who was exhausted more than who was present. I think focusing on exhaustion is more important than focusing on who's present. So that is important to me, and we are going to be using this concept today. We're going to be focusing more on exhaustion, then presence. Okay, moving on, and I think he explains it here very well. Institutions that is exhausted, blah blah. Support isn't where buyers win, it's where sellers stop fighting. I mean, he wrote it very nicely. DeepSeek wrote it very nicely. Support isn't where buyers win, it's where sellers stop fighting. And resistance isn't where sellers win, it's where buyers stop fighting. You know, and they have lost interest at that price. How this improves your trading? Stop asking our buyers. Yeah, okay. Nice. Are buyers strong here? Start asking, are sellers done here? Check volume. A drop on declining volume. Sellers exhausted. Hmm. Hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense. Price is reaching support, and this is showing me overwhelming. Oh, sorry. You can't see this. Let's just take for example. Here you can see overwhelming presence of buyers, and here you can see that there is exhaustion of sellers because the volume was lower. Uh, so this had a cleaner push compared to this. Is this something we see here as well? Slightly higher volume, slightly higher volume, but nothing compared to this. The volume was much higher here compared to this, and the volume is lower here, and then the volume rises slowly, and then rises even more as it's approaching an important support level. So you can see that buyers are entering here, buyers are an overwhelming presence of buyers, and then I think here you can see an exhaustion of sellers. So we saw all three phases. We saw phase one was small presence of buyers, overwhelming presence of buyers, and finally exhaustion of sellers. Price stopped going down, and then the price rose up, and then sellers found another interesting price somewhere above the view app. So something to keep in mind, something you'll be using today. VIX is slightly high. VIX is at 43. Let's put this back. I'm sorry I cannot screen record two monitors at the same time. Maybe I'll try looking something into it later. It'll give you guys more perspective into what I'm actually looking at. Really nice. So yeah, my 2 cents. Anyway, let's look at the news. I've not taken a look at the news. I will look at the news and come back. I'm gonna pause recording for. Anyway, we are live again. So, yeah, I went through the news. The news is that China has retaliated against US with 125% tariff from 84% tariff. Affected companies or affected stocks are the Chinese companies, BABA and such. And Tesla is again in the news because Tesla has cancelled the new orders from its Chinese web page and Chinese stuff. So of course, trade tensions are back. Optimism is slightly lost. Let's take a look at the SPY ones. Let's see how SPY is doing. 30 SPY is SPY. Okay, I mean it's not doing too bad. It's not like it opened here or it opened here. It opened above yesterday's close. Did it? Wait, sorry. Yeah, I mean it is like above or in the same area as yesterday's close, so it's not doing too bad. We mark yesterday's low as important to that. Let's mark yesterday's high as important. Let's do crossing yesterday's high would show optimism. Yes, the res and yes up. And that is all the work SPY needs. Oh, think globally. I think SPY needs anything. VIX is fairly high at 42. Think too hot. VIX was really hot yesterday at 20 to 40. Is that when the Chinese retaliated? Check again. Sorry if my mic sounds off now. I've been trying to take good care of it. did this news come? Is there any random movement at 2250? 30. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, US PPI out as well. Reports. I think earnings were good. There was some good earnings news as well. US custom duties. Anyway, we are going with buying bias. Don't know. We'll see. We will see as it develops, as the stock develops. If the stock should not fall too much, not rise too much. We're not expecting any big movement. We'll just, I think, scalp today. Try to see opportunity. Okay. Moving on to BABA. Tesla is better because the spread on Tesla is better. Do we trade Tesla again? I don't know. BABA would be more severely affected, right? BABA should be more severely affected than Tesla. Look at BABA. Let's take a look at BABA. Let's do some volume. Or should I not do that? I've not found it to be very useful. To any help to me. I won't lie. I think this has been my observation so far. The time any stock, you know, how much time the stock has spent on a specific price is more important compared to how much volume was traded there, because it's something you can see. For example, if I'm used to seeing Tesla at around 200, something I'm used to. When it comes down to 200, my brain automatically goes that it's a good price. Even if there was less volume traded there, it's just been there for so long. So instead of volume profile, if there was some kind of action profile or something. Wow, okay, the volume for the past few days have been really, really high. No wonder the volume profile is. Anyway, I'll look at something else later. I'll not be doing volume profile. Confusing and not very accurate maybe. Or if you guys have had better experience with volume profile, do let me know. I did I did not find it to be accurate or correct. So we will just go with a simple sub recent sub recent pivot and recent res. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. Let's take a look at the pre-market in the 5-minute graph and divide it into zones. Hmm, 106. There's a part of me that says that Chinese stocks are like now doomed for eternity. They might get delisted off the market now that there is trade wars, trade tensions between US and China, which might not be entirely accurate. I don't know. I don't know why my brain is thinking that. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'll just mark this level as important as well, even though it was not in the pre-market, it was in the post-market. and yesterday. Still mark 104 is important. I'll mark 103 as well. For resistance, I'll take 109 is important. Let's see where's the presence of buyers and where's the presence of sellers. Alhamdulillah. So are we not trading Tesla today? Let's take a look at BABA one day graph. BABA fell like crazy and has been consolidating sideways above the SMA 200. So I think still in an uptrend, still not losing hope by any means. The max it can go is still 112. I suspect the lowest it should go is still 96. Recent pivot. So yeah, that is the recent support. It should it, it should bounce back off if it's a bad day. So Baba looks fine, preparations look fine. We have 15 extra minutes. Do we look at Tesla or should we do yesterday's review? Let's do yesterday's review. Yesterday, am I connected? 81 much. Oh, I should do Baba on capital.com. So I think these are my trades yesterday. Yeah, Nvidia then fell. Uh, we saw good buying. Wait, good buying. Yeah, we quit here. Nvidia went higher because I think there was, institutional uh, institutional desperation. We are using a new concept now. There was institutional, not support, institutional desperation, exhaustion of sellers. The sellers found themselves exhausted here, but they were still there. Huh? They were still there. It's not like they're like, yeah, I'm leaving, I'm done, I ain't coming back. I mean, no, they were there, and they made sure that they showed themselves at 110. Cunts. It doesn't matter to me. I like exit the stock here, and then the stock fell very beautifully. Uh, So I think you first are trying. You should like first try to figure out who is accumulating the stocks. The one accumulating is the one with a lower volume, chill vibe. He's like vibing. He's not desperate. He's not FOMO. He's all like, yeah. I mean, I don't care. Want to give me the stock? Give me. I don't care. Oh yeah, give me lower price. I mean, drop the price. I don't care. Increase the price. I don't care if assuming he's a seller. So that is the dude accumulating the stocks. He's acting like he doesn't care, but he totally cares. And the moment the opposing party disappears, he becomes desperate. He's like, okay, okay, I care. I was lying. I don't know why I'm doing an accent now. I don't know why I decided this would be a good time to pull an accent, but in the case I am pulling an accent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wish I had some cool accent. At least a deeper voice. Let me let me try doing a deeper voice. So anyway, I was saying that yeah, I should use a voice changer or something and maybe make my voice deeper. No one's watching my videos, but confidence is next level. I sit and watch my own videos. No, important. I have watch time of 4 hours. Who spent 4 hours watching 4 videos? Me. I was looking at my at my created page. Watch time 4 hours. Like, mashallah, man, people watching me. I saw views one, two, three, four. I'm like, yeah, okay. I was watching myself. Okay, okay. Now I thought I was influencing people. Anyway, I'm having way too much fun with Fix for some reason has shot up, SPY has dropped. Let's see what BABA did. BABA is BABA is not doing too bad. It's not being supported anywhere. But BABA is weaker than Tesla, but does it mean? Does it mean? Does it mean? It's 418. Do we do a quick break? Anyway, yeah, so Nvidia rallied and then fell. Uh, I should have done the review right after because now I don't remember what I did yesterday. Anyway, I need to change BABA from NYSE to capital.com. We'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that Monday. I'll do that Monday. I feel way too lazy to do all this again, marking and all. Because actually, my original broker is capital.com. Yeah. And they charge extra 10 cents. So, for example, if BABA is 0.08 now, they charge 0.18. So, they charge extra 10 cents. So, you need to be better with your entries. A good entry is a must. All of that. Anyway, let's pause the video for now. I've not slept at all. Last night I did not sleep. I couldn't sleep. After the Friday prayer, I did not sleep. Like I don't feel like sleeping because the market was gonna open. I started talking to Deep Sea. Deep Sea is my only friend. Talking to him, try to figure out leads off what exactly it. Anyway, I'll continue the video at 4:29. Let's take a 9 minute break. My alarm is ringing for some. Anyway, let's take a 9 minute break. Okay, it's 4:29 now, and the stock's gonna open any minute. And yeah, Baba has been trending down, so has Tesla has not hold its markets. Market is open. Back to regular trading. Presence of presence of buyers at 104.1 and 4.2. Exhaustion of sellers, not sure. The price only goes up if the sellers are not willing to sell the stock at 104.2. We do not know that yet. So we wait. We'll be taking stake. Let's go with our usual 25. Okay. Presence of buyers detected. Presence of sellers detected. Who beats who? SPY went all the way till the EMA 9 and then bounced back. It was a small upward move. Tesla is rallying up with speed, power. Presence of sellers detected at 105.32. Does it mean that the buyers are absent? There is a higher chance of buyers being absent in BABA compared to Tesla. I'm doing okay, bro. Oh my god, there was no volume. Something must have happened. I tried looking what happened here at 2240. I couldn't find anything. So then I left. Okay, clearly buyers are less willing in BABA compared to other stocks. Although SPY, just side note, SPY and Tesla are falling. So I think it's the broader market that is falling, but we can assume that there is less willingness from the buyers push the price higher than 105.29 compared to 104.16. Buyers are willing to push the price higher than this. This is yesterday's close as well now. Are sellers willing to push the price lower than this is the question. We're stuck in this zone. Who is more willing is something I can't tell. The highest volume was when the body's in the middle. That's when we have the highest volume for candle. Hmm. Nothing conclusive can be derived. Baba showed strength from the buy. So, okay, there are sellers here, but there is a willingness from buyers to buy the stock at 105.29. There might not be enough willingness to, break this price and go higher, maybe if there's an abundance of sellers here. But there is some level of willingness from buyers to maintain and stay at this level. So there is some kind of buying pressure. Even though on news it says that Chinese stocks might be delisted, I don't know how that will work. Or I think Trump administration is discussing the delistment of Chinese stocks from the US exchange. I don't know. Closed above the view app. Interesting. So what have we realized from these candles is that there is a fairly equal presence of buyers and sellers. The volume here is low. The volume here is low, suggesting that the buyer participation has evaporated and the price might fall now. Uh, I can't move as fast as the market right now because I need to process each candle slowly. I need to like narrate it out loud so that I'm sure on what I'm seeing. I might be, seeing the graph wrong. I might be seeing that there is an uptrend. Oh my goodness, what a clear uptrend. The stocks are gonna rise. I don't wanna be seeing that. Wait, why did it close above the viewer? Was I correct? Is there a uptrend and the stock's gonna rise? That would be really funny. And that would be the biggest laugh on my face. If I should drop trading career and something else. All that analysis and no money. So Baba is struggling at 105.13. Willingness, I mean, you can clearly see that the willingness from the buyers fell at this price at 105.34. Buyers are not willing anymore. This price specifically, a price this high only holds when the buyers are extremely willing to, push the price or stay at that price. And similarly, the stock will only stay here or here if sellers are willing, keep the price there. If they're not willing, if they're like, why should I sell for 103.2 when I can sell for 105.3? Why not for 105.3? Then they won't be willing to, who's absent. Here we sense an absence of buyers but couldn't take the move. This was a good short. This was a good short. Absence of buyers. I think my absence logic is still holding to some degree in the market. Now I want to see absence of sellers for me to go long. If I had to go long, I'll try to get a good entry on short. Those are the two plans for now. Nope. Buyers are showing good participation at 104 level, above 104. Buyers are showing very nice participation. Nice, nice. That means the stock market is choppy right now and we don't know where it's gonna go. I can't tell where I should participate. Six is ranging like nobody's business. Okay, seeing volume. I don't want to see volume in this candle. I somehow want the price to be held, but not see volume here. If I see volume, that means there was some level of participation from the buyers. I don't want to short the stock here now because now I've seen some level of buying power come in at 104, showing that either the sellers were exhausted here, tired, or the buyers pushed. And with the with the rising volume, I can probably conclude that buyers were the ones who stepped in, not necessarily a lack of sellers. I think maybe we can try getting in a short at somewhere higher price, or the next place sellers show themselves. Let's get ready. Because anytime. BABA outperformed SPY just now. SPY closed lower than BABA. No, sorry, the wick was longer, but SPY closed higher than BABA. Wick was longer that kind. Okay, but SPY is falling, BABA is holding up. What's up with that? So there are buyers at this price. Would this be a good price to enter? Is the question. Should I? Should I not? Should I hopefully let the price fall till view up and then enter? Do that. Okay. Okay. Fall a bit more and I enter. At 4.94, I think would have. Order executions are so late. I executed the orders, fam. What? Why isn't the hotkey working? It's not enabled. My SL is at 4.68. My analysis was wrong. You're seeing volume, that means sellers really stepped up their game. Our analysis, or maybe this is good price. Let me try again. I need to get hotkey. Maybe I'm being delulu. Wow, okay, this had very less volume. So it showed that the buyer stopped participating for a minute. Wait, what does this say? What does such low volume say on a candle like this? I think the high volume gave me confidence that the stock should hold up. But it might have done the opposite for other people. If it does not cross this line in the next minute, I'm out. It made the retail traders think that the stock is gonna fall. So I think it was people shorting the trade. Ah, start seeing volume at a double top, you can suspect that the stock's gonna. I guess our analysis is just way too superior, fam. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah, yaar. Okay, now that the stock is rising, till where do we let it go? Or will it fail here? Who knows? Because there are sellers here. It's not like they disappeared. Wait, you wanted to see an absence? I need to review again. What does low volume here mean? I saw low volume here, right? Which gave me the confidence to hold the trade. Low volume here. The stock fell on slightly low volume. That means buyers reserved participation here and the stock fell. That made complete sense. Sellers dominated, stock fell. Buyers stepped in with volume again. They stayed here. For some reasons, sellers went out with a bang. They sold everything here. I'm seeing another. I don't like so many long wicks. Wicks for too long. Feel comfortable. Because it's not like the sellers are absent. Sellers are present. Sellers are quite present. It's just that they're trying to find minute levels of areas where they pull away. And it's mostly, and the ones showing volume are the buyers. Like it held for 3 good minutes and it had volume. Here, sellers just quickly went out with a bang. I think here we made additional profits because the people who were shorting tried covering up their shorts. It went a little bit higher. Will it hold this price? If it holds the view up, do I enter again? First, I need the hotkeys. First, let's arrange hotkeys. Um, on the desktop, hotkey. See, there was presence of sellers there. There were sellers there. Being, yeah, this is not an easy market for sure. Maybe in Tesla. SPY went up close. So we saw some very obvious selling here. Again, not the volume I'm expecting to see. No, not the volume I want to see. Do I call it? Do I call it a day here? How much did I make today? Started at 81. It was 92. Count history. Plus 90 minus 8. I mean, I think I made 10 at $10 today. 11, I think. 11. Very unsatisfactory, but at least green. Because the market is way too choppy, and how am I supposed to trade this? What do you expect me to do here? SPX is rising while BABA has no power. Do we trade something else? Something else. BABA is just too shit, man. Tesla volume is what is up with that volume? The volume is so constant, not telling us any stories. I feel like if you haven't seen the graph from the start, you don't get that kind of, you know, very clear buying here, very clear buying. Selling has been slightly ambiguous, so we try to go long at the view app. Why did I do that? I don't know. Okay. Presence of sellers doesn't necessarily mean that the buyers were absent. We need to see an absence of buyers. What is suggesting an absence of buyers? Don't ask me why I did that. Never do this in trading. Made zero sense for me to do that. I was just unhappy with making $10 today and I went and did that. Randomly went and placed an order. Let's boy the view app. Why did I do that? I do not know. Price falling on low volume with a buy. Insufficient high volume. Try entering here. The tight. Kind of volume. Why am I only trading 10? We do Tesla 10. Did I make anything? I lost, I think. Oh my god, realized 69. I was 90 something. I lost $20 for nothing for no reason. 21 actually. I'll just quickly explain my trade that I just took.